As I drive along Interstate 40, I can see the bright reflective white letters in the green sign. It reads Smoky Mountains National Park. I can feel my heart beating faster in my chest while butterflies dance in my stomach. I can hardly contain my excitement as I begin to get closer to the place that I feel most at peace in this world. I can feel the stress and worry of everyday life begin to lift from my shoulders, knowing that in less than an hour, I will be surrounded by one of God's greatest creations. I have been coming to the Smoky Mountains since I was a little girl, and I can hardly wait to be back again. As I drive past the Sugarlands Visitor Center and enter the national park, I roll the windows down and I am immediately engulfed in the smell of the fresh air and surrounding trees. I recognize the smell of the sugar maples, buckeyes, and wild cherry trees that surround me. I decide to pull over and take in the sights of the blooming rhododendrons that cover the landscape. The brilliant swatches of white and pink seem to almost be endless. I begin to hear the gobbling of a wild turkey nearby. As I turn to look at him, he spreads out his iridescent red, green, and copper gold feathers, giving me quite a show. I decide to get back in the car and continue my ascent up the mountain. On the left of me is the side of the towering mountain, and to the right I can hear the raging river down below. I can feel the cool mist coming up from the river, hitting my face. I breathe it all in, taking deep, lingering breaths of peace, exhaling the stress of everyday life, leaving it there on the mountain. As the road and the river get closer to each other, I decide to stop and take in the absolute beauty of the rushing water that had been singing its song to me since I began my journey into the park. I step out of my car and make my way down the embankment, holding on to the strong, towering trees. I can feel their rough bark beneath my grasp, watching my feet, taking each step as I make my way down to the river's bank. The river's current is so strong, I can taste the mist created by the raging waters. I breathe it in, savoring the moment, the peace, the serenity. I close my eyes, but only for a moment, as I don't want to miss a single minute of the magnificent splendor that surrounds me. I take my shoes off and step into the river on a rock. The water is freezing, yet I leave my feet to linger there, imagining the snow-covered mountaintop that once held the water surrounding my feet. I find a nearby rock and have a seat. There I sit, alone, at peace, thinking about life and not thinking about anything at all. I don't have to think, at least while I'm here in my magnificent Smoky Mountains.